Hey everybody, it's your old pal Wood Doofus here, out here working on the deck on this nice March afternoon, and I just finished the joists and I put in a new beam and I'm ready to work on the decking, which is what I've been working on so far today. And I want to show you the fastener system that I'm using. It's a hidden fastener system. I've used it on the lower deck that I built last year. I have some videos on that, so make sure you check those out. But I wanted to re-emphasize this hidden fastener system, so let me show you what it's like. So this is the Camo Marksman Pro X1. There's various kinds of this item from Camo, but this is the one I got. So it's basically a jig for putting some screws in at a diagonal that ends up being fairly hidden when you put them into your decking boards. So these are the screws that are designed to be used with the Camo fastener system. These come in 2 3/8 and 1 7/8 lengths, and that depends on how deep you want it to go into your stud. I like to get the 2 3/8 to make sure I have maximum connection. This screw has a patented rake tip feature, and that is to make sure that it augers out the material to reduce the potential of tear out and splitting in the wood when it goes in. It has a trim head top to it with a T15 star bit driver system. It also has the reverse threads towards the top here, and that is to prevent mushrooming in composite materials if for things like Trex decking. The reverse threads also reduce the opportunity for the screws to back its way out over time also. So it's a really good fastener. It has a protective coating on it so it can be used outdoors and it'll last. They come in various size boxes too. I got the biggest one I could get because I got a pretty big deck and I'm going to need all the screws I can get. When you buy the screws, they'll come with their own specialized driver bit. Like I said, this is a T15 driver bit and it's a special size. It has a stop on the bit so you never have to worry about driving the screw too far. Alright, so it's time to see it in action, and the first thing I want to show you is this lever right here, and all that does is open up this clamp between these 2 points is where your decking board goes. So you squeeze that thing, and once you let it go, it'll clamp down on your decking board. The other purpose of these 2 pieces is to give you a consistent spacing between your boards. So once you pop it on there, pull the lever, let it go, it's clamped on. At this point, all you gotta do is take your 2 3/8 inch screws, pop them in there, and they are ready to go. You just take your driver and drive those 2 in. One thing I did forget to mention that should be obvious, but you just put the fastener jig over each one of your joists as you go along, and that's where you're screwing them in. But that's true for any fasteners that you use. So if you want to see the boards I've done so far, so right here there's one on each one of these boards going in this way and going in that way. And you see all along the edge there's not much to see as far as screw heads. Another tool that you should definitely have when you're doing decking is something like this bow wrench here. Basically, any decking boards that you're going to buy are never going to be perfectly straight. And so when you're fastening in with a system like this or any system, you're going to find wobbles in the board. And so you're going to need to be able to clamp the board straight as you put the fasteners in. What this is it pinches on the joist. You just use this lever system here, and it pushes that board against the one you already fastened, and then you're good to put your fasteners in. And as you go from joist to joist, you just move this along in front of it. I have my bow wrench in the configuration of the pull mechanism, which means that I'm pulling it towards myself. But if I wanted to be on the other side of these boards and push them in, I just reverse these 2 pieces by moving these pins, and it's good to go. Alright, so that'll be it for this short video. I just wanted to let you know about the system that I use. Make sure you check out the description for the links to these items. It really helps me out if you check those out. Otherwise, as always, don't be afraid to be a doofus.